That table right there is my project for today. Yeah, this is kind of my little area that I stay in most of the time. But I'm going to get that thing under control. I won't make you watch me do it. I will get back to you later, and we'll have something else that's actually fun to do. Thank you. Not ideal. Definitely better. So that's why I didn't get anything posted. Anyway, but my son's in the hospital on antibiotics. He tends to get these infections and ignores them until they get, excuse me, I'm a little out of breath. Anyway, he's doing better, I hope. I can't get down there. That's part of the problem with this COPD. It's also why you see me in these types of gowns and things a lot, because a lot of activities I just can't do, or if I do them, they take a lot of energy, and then it takes me a long time to recover. And that's kind of what happened yesterday after I did all that cleaning and messing around with other things. I just got totally worn out. And when that happens, I have to take a break. And I just never seem to recover, especially after I got the call from my daughter-in-law. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do to finish off this vlog. This is my homemade ornament for this year for my family here at home. It's a simple Christmas tree. The pattern calls for 10 of these little things like this. I ain't making that many. I'm Kansan. I don't care if I've got a bachelor's. I say ain't. I cut myself a template out of cardstock. This is not a regular typing weight, but it is kind of a mid-weight. Excuse me. We used to make family calendars, and this was what I used because it didn't tear quite so easily. And although tearing it after the month was over was fine, but let's just say typing paper crinkles and all that stuff. So anyway, what I am doing is I drew them out. I fold the paper over in half. I draw them out first. And I do about 6 per sheet. And then after I draw them out, I fold the paper in half, so I get 2 with each one that I cut out. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm just cutting these out. I already have the others done. I am not going to color these. The ones they did were out of newspaper or something, and I've seen that done with like old magazines and newspapers and stuff, but I don't know, I just didn't feel, for me, that just didn't feel Christmassy. They used to make big ones out of, they'd take 2 Reader's Digest or 2 of that size of magazine, the thick kind, like Reader's Digest. They would take 2 of them, because my mom made some, and they would dog tag them in half. Each page, well, maybe not in half, but most of the way down. And then what was left was the trunk. Anyway, they would get 2 of those magazines, and then they would glue or staple them together. And once they did that, they would fluff them out, and they would make a Christmas tree. But my mom, she always, after it was all done, she always spray painted them. And she'd put a little glitter or something on them. And, you know, so that was a little more Christmassy than just looking at the print. And print can be, a lot of people like the print look, the look of print, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a writer. I love the look of print. I've been doing some revision today on my upcoming books. So, I love the look of the printed word, but not on my tree ornaments so much. And these are I'm making them for each member of the family. And so, anyway, okay, this is what I've got. This is 6 pieces. Sorry, I had it out of camber range. This is 6 pieces. Keep them all lined up here. Okay. But back to what takes my energy. Even, I'm sure if you know of anybody with, at this level of COPD where they have to be on oxygen all the time, that even bathing and dressing can expend a lot of energy, and then what it does is it robs you of oxygen. So I go about halfway through this tree. But I'm back and forth on this topic, but when you're robbed of oxygen like that, you have to do what's called pursed-lip breathing if you want to get back to normal fairly quick or in any time soon, which is done like this. Anyway, that's just an example. What you do is you're breathing in through your nose to get the oxygen, and then you're pursing your lips and breathing out through your mouth. And for me, depending on how much, I've expended energy, then that determines how long I have to stand still or sit still and do that. Anyway, back to this again. What I'm doing now is I'm separating them. And I will fold a couple of them out this way. I'll leave one or two in the center that are barely folded one way and then the other. And it's a little tough with my shaky hands to separate some of these. Pardon my concentration. Anyway, that's what happened. And then by the time I get all of this all folded out this way, this is what I'm going to have. And then I will use a hole punch, maybe. I haven't decided yet, but I'll probably use a hole punch, and then I will take a piece of yarn, it's string. It's called yarn, but it's that ball of, crochet string. And I will put some of that through there and make a big long piece of it with a knot. Or I will have my husband, there's 3 options. Do that, have my husband buy some hooks, or make hooks out of paper clips. We used to make a lot of them out of paper clips growing up. But I haven't decided, and it's your choice. It's your choice what you do with it. Anyway, this is probably all I'm going to do today, because, like I said, yesterday was really got hard on me, and it wasn't all because of the vlog. It wasn't all because of the vlog. A lot of it was because of, other factors. But I'm still kind of on that edge, and some of you will know what that means, or probably most of you will. I'm just kind of on that edge emotionally. So I want you to really get a good look at this. I think it's cool white. I love the white one, and it's a nice size to hang on a tree, or wherever you want to hang it. And this year, this is what I'm doing. Last year what I did was I had them bring, and I'll just explain it because it was so simple. I had them all bring like the grandchildren. I had them had all of the parents bring school-sized, wallet-sized pictures of their kids, and we have a laminator. So what we did was we laminated them and cut them apart into nice little laminated cards, left a little at the top, punched a hole, stuck a string through, and had our ornament. And they turned out really, really cool. So, you know, I found this pattern on the internet. You know, I told you about them saying make 10, but golly, that's newspaper, which is thinner than this stuff. So, anyway, have a very good night. Good night, and God bless.